Hello YouTube, this is Jag here, and this is Jag's Best Warhammer 2 mod review. Today we're looking at Cataph's High Elf Sea Patrol. After playing it for quite a bit, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I liked it quite a bit. It had some setbacks, but I thought it was pretty good overall. It was a great mod, great for using it. It's really good to being a vanguard armies, into invading other areas where you don't have your places to build armies from yet. It's quite useful with that of being able to have dragons, recruit dragons on the spot. I thought that was a great thing, and you can recruit all three types of dragons, so that is quite useful. But especially when all kinds of scoundrel pirates, and even worse, the dark elves, they're raiding, pillaging, and plundering all the High Elves' lands. It's pretty nice to have their first sea patrol. I thought it was a great mod. For those wondering if it's lore friendly, it is lore friendly. The sources of this mod are from the army books and Storms of Chaos supplement. I thought it did a wonderful job. The mod introduces the shipbuilding hybrid like horde into the High Elves in the form of one lord type capable of it. He's basically his own continent, pretty much. The new Lord High Elf type is 3 different variants with one mount, being able to ride, leading an amphibious horde of sea patrol. These fleet can recruit internally or garrison capitals for local and global recruitment. So it either can recruit in its own capacity, but if it does want to recruit locally, it does have to go into, or globally, it does have to be in its own territory to do so. But I also like the new feature, the Sea Helms can also enter a unique mist trap stance on the land for some replenishment and bonuses. So I thought that was pretty good. And it Lord comes with 11 unique building chains and 10 unique innate skills, so that makes it pretty cool. There's 2 ways to get them. Well, 2 different types. And I'll show you the big difference here. You just go to recruit a lord, and then if you scroll down, you will see a group of 2, and then it'll be under the, there you got Sea Helms. That's what they're called, but they're both going to be not born for this, so they get a 50 fleet growth, so they will not be able to at all grow their fleet past the initial stage. So it's kind of a bummer, but so you will want to, ideally when you play this, not probably get any of those and go wait till you get 40 influence points, which is not very hard to get, and then you get these 2. You get Pupil of Asalon, and she gets income from sacking, supplements 20% plus 20%, and attribute stock for all Arthurian Sea Guard and company units, so that is pretty nice. And Pure of Heart, character's aura leadership is +5, melee defense +5 for Silver Helm units, and attribute immune to psychology, so great for Vampire Coast. But for case of just this review, let's recruit one of these. I'd highly recommend waiting a little bit till you get that 40 influence before you get, and don't just settle for one of these guys.
Standing by.
There he is. Gonna get a face there.
You have my attention.
But if you click in his shipbuilding, he's got 10 different spots. And this is what his looks like. You progress from just a hawk ship patrol all the way to the dragon ship. So that's pretty nice. The best thing about this is to be able to recruit heroes on the fly right where you need them, and to be able to get dragons right in the spot where you need them quickly. That makes it very nice and be able to put them into other people's armies as well. These Lothorian Swift Feather Riders are quite useful. They have the high bonus charge of that 30. Well, I guess it's not high, but it's pretty good when they drop down into army formations, especially if they get on the backside. They can do quite a bit of damage. 30 armor's not that great, but it's okay, especially for an archery missile cavalry. That's pretty good. But it's nice is because it does have armor piercing, so that makes a big difference. Range 130 is pretty good. Overall, it's a pretty good, especially with that 110 speed. It's going to move around the battlefield, quite useful. And then you got your Lothorian Sea Guard. This is where you're going to basically stay if you get here, because you're never going to be able to advance to get up the chain with that, because of that minus 50 that you got. It's going to take a lot of work to get there. But you can get rally fields, constantly growth, replenishment. This is nice of passive army ability. Dragon ship ramming may severely damage up to 3 enemy units when you attack, so that's pretty good, and it causes fear. Where you're gonna get recruitment bonuses, line of sight, siege assault. It's just some helping, some experience. You're gonna campaign movement and attrition minus 50% is pretty good. And then you got another a bounce spell, Tide Call, which is pretty good. It's basically something that looks like it's a giant wave. That sort of looks like what the Vampire Coast does. It looks pretty cool. But then you have the Sea Company, which they're alright. They're a good starter unit. They're nothing special. I mean, the Sea Guard are definitely gonna be better. These just have a better melee attack, that sword and shield, so that makes it nice, better against archers. These guys are pretty good. But then you get your Lothorian Sea Guard with shields, and then you're gonna get your Lothorian Sea Rangers. These guys are quite useful. They can fire quite a bit. The range with 180. Their stock. They have the Vanguard. These are quite useful archers. Then you have your Bolt Thrower, Eagle Claw. Then you have your Silver Helm Marines. They're okay with their 90. They're armor and shielded. They're gonna hold their own. They're meant to be just be able to hold the line and let your dragons and archers do the work. That's what they're there for. They have that nice 40 defense and decent leadership. That's what they're there for. They're going to be your greatest, so you might want to supplement and put in some better units than them down the road. And then you're going to have the Silver Helms shields and just Silver Helms, so right off the bat, so that helps. You're going to get them right off the bat. So you're going to be able to have some normalized, so you're not gonna have the best cavalry in here, but you're on the fly. You'll be able to get it quite quickly and put it into other armies to make them better. That you brought along that lost some men or lost a lot of men in a battle. They can recruit units quite quickly. Instead of doing low tier units, you're getting sort of middle to high tier units. But the dragons are what make this really nice. Quite useful to have the dragons.
The Druki are fell-handed.
Alright, now let's go to a battle. Let's go to main menu. Now the Lothorian Sea Rangers are basically equivalent to the Shadow Warriors. And the Lothorian Swift Feathers are basically a Hawk Riders, pretty much stats. Some slight changes. Now, this also comes. You can get. It'll show you when you subscribe this, but there also is a Steel of Faith Overhaul submod for this by Flamboyant Schemer that is done, and that just balances out the pricings for the units a little bit. It doesn't change much to it, just some little technical things to make it more balanced to fit in their other mods. So there also is that option if you like playing with Steel of Faith Overhaul mods. And let's go to and also this is also done by Cataph's. That is the person that did it. He does quite a bit of useful mods. I definitely recommend checking out all his mods. I'll be probably looking at other ones down the road. This one was just really caught my eye and really fun to play. I enjoyed using it in my campaigns. And then here are these. Lothorian Sea Rangers.
None can stand before the might of Vyasa.
We have other people coming. There's the Hawk Riders. Well, I guess they're not Hawk Riders. They're the Swift Feathers and the Feather Riders. But these guys are quite useful. They can do quite a bit of damage. Nice variety. Their leader has a hood. Here comes their cavalry. They're going to crash in a little bit. With their light cavalry in there. But these dragons are going to scare them. Plus these guys held their own. Quite useful. Here are the Silverhelm Marines, your best option. They can hold their arm pretty nicely. With that high shield, helps archers. And then we just have a normal C company with that 15 armor. But that helps with it having that shield. They're getting some dread spears are coming around. Cavalry's trying to flank in, but these guys are holding well. These Marines do a good job of holding and let these dragons that are just tearing up this War Hydra. And then we got Lothorian Sea Guard here being able to hold their own. And you got Lothorian Shootouts with shields, making it quite useful. Them in your ranks to help having some more Archer Corps, infantry, hybrids like their High Elves are great to have. And then having your Silver Helms makes a big difference. These Black Arc Corsairs just can't quite beat this cavalry. It's on their flanks. We got some more cavalry up here, hitting their dark shards. Just overall beautiful aesthetics. Here is your leader riding his hawk. And here are the hawks. Well, your feather riders. They're great for getting around and getting past things with that speed and harassing. Because they can just keep shooting. They're so fast. It makes it quite useful. Plus, getting that 50 armor helps quite a bit. But they look quite beautiful. I definitely enjoyed the mod. It gave them a little more extra ability to attack from your area and be able to move quicker in the campaign. That was one thing that was pretty cool about it. You can move much quicker. You didn't have to take a couple armies. You could just take this one or maybe one and just keep attacking. And it's great for taking out pirates on the seas, so that was pretty good. It can do a lot of damage if you want to just use this army to take out the pirates in the waters. It's a great way to do that. All in all, I thought it was pretty good. And it should be pretty compatible with pretty much everything, the mods that are out there. So that was pretty good. And if you really love this mod and you really like all his stuff, don't be afraid. He does have a patroness page. So if you really love this mod and love his stuff, don't forget to maybe send him some little bit of money if you want to keep him continuing all these, making all these great mods possible for all of us who love this game. So this is Jag signing out. Peace.